Movie.
Movie.
So they getting married. Marriage.
Is not what brings them together because Cain breaks in and
Breaks
he
in.
stops the wedding. Lets her
Fuck some
know
shit up.
Titus's true intentions with the wedding.
That's nice, Brandon. Yeah.
Thanks. Also, cool little thing where when you're married because it does like a tattoo ring on you,
That is cool.
laser
In
engraved.
the eyes of alien god.
So Jupiter, she asks to return home, but learns that her family's been taken hostage by Belem. So she negotiates
She
because
negotiates.
the she gets home and the dragon thing, the Velociraptor dragon's there, and also Mr. Knight, the pale ass guy that's been working with Belem. She negotiates with them to come visit Belem in the Great Red Storm and abdicate her title in return for her family. Even though Cain and the Aegis, they're like, yeah, don't do that.
Don't do
S-
that.
Screw 7 family members over,
Billions.
yeah,
Don't do it.
the trolley problem.
But family, Brandon.
The trolley problem.
And family.
Oh, that's a shiny dime.
Where to go? Nowhere to be seen.
Can't see it. Yeah,
Can't see it.
they're doing Kantian philosophies. She's thinking about herself. She's doing trolley problem.
I think she's doing Kantian and they're doing utilitarian.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
She's yeah.
They're definitely utilitarian.
Mm-hmm.
She is
Wait, so I
Kant.
believe it. Knowles. Is that Knowles? Who's a utilitarian philosopher? Is that Knowles?
I don't remember. Actually, yes, John Knowles. That sounds right.
Is he utilitarian?
Yes, yes, that sounds right.
Let's look it up. I
Let's
think
look it up. I think you nailed it.
philosophers. Is it Knowles?
Hey Siri, which philosopher came up with utilitarianism?
Is Bentham? John Stuart Mill.
Jeremy Bentham.
John Rawls, it says. I know him more for justice.
That's yeah. What did
Maybe him.
Knowles do then? Because that sounded
Yeah.
right. What did Knowles do?
I'll look it
He
up. John
he
Knowles.
know he knows all. He knows.
There's a lot of John Knowleses. He wrote a book called A Separate Piece. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I love a separate piece. That's the Dead Poet Society kind of one.
I think so.
It is.
Who is Knowles as a philosopher?
It's search Knowles philosopher.
Dudley Knowles? That can't
That
be.
can't be it. I would have remembered Dudley.
Yeah, he's got 2 lines of Wikipedia. Anyways,
All right.
utilitarian. They're doing Bentham.
They're doing they're doing Bentham while she's doing Itchy.
Yeah.
So the Aegis, they try to follow close behind her in the ship with Mr. Knight and the Gregans or whatever, but they don't make it through the portal in time because
They don't.
they do portal the warp activity, and so they're gonna find a way to get to her. Um, and in his refinery in the Great Red Spot, Belem demands Earth in exchange for Jupiter's family.
She's
But
like, yeah, that's why I came here.
he's like she's like, so where is my family? He's like, oh yeah, they're strapped down to the milking machine. She's like, undo them. He's like, no,
Unmilk them. Yeah.
put their milk back in.
He's like, no.
I want the milk.
Good performance.
And while that's going on, Kane takes a little jet, plunges through the Great Red Spot storm and into the refinery, causing an explosion. Once again, he's doing.
Yeah, he loves riding his little mini bike thing.
He loves that thing. It's like a Ducati in a way.
Sure.
And he goes through the wall and then into the refinery, causes an explosion, which causes a breach in the atmosphere.
Uh-oh.
That's the way to do it. And so now that she's starting to realize, Jupiter talking with Belem, that he can only harvest Earth with her permission. She's like, no,
I'm not going to
I'm
do
not going to
that.
give all that up. She realizes what's at stake here. And then
The laws of the galaxy.
the
Yeah.
Velociraptor dragon and Mr. Knight come in. They're like, yeah, the refinery's on fire. This can Jupiter wait for a second? Like, there's a I know like the whole long-term plan, this is more important, but like right now we could die.
We have
So
to get out of here.
and then Kane comes in while they're all distracted. He's killing Velociraptor dragons, and Bolem tries to kill Jupiter. He grabs her by the throat. She kicks him in the balls.
Nice move. Even aliens have balls.
That's a Wovie for you. Standing up to
He
men.
goes.
That's exactly what he did. Very similar to the floating orgy sound that Titus made.
Good scene.
And Jupiter is rescued by Kane, and they finally kiss under heavy fire too.
Oh. And that's like part of the magic or something.
Yeah, some Kane also like they're kissing, they're making out, everybody's just shooting at him. He's got that like plasma shield that he's been using all movie. It never breaks. He blocks everything with it. Why does nobody else in the movie have a plasma shield? It seems like the most valuable thing I've ever seen.
Does. And his little rocket boots. He's alone in that too.
So he's fighting. Everything's going great until a dragon velociraptor tackles him. So he's fighting Gregan, the main velociraptor dragon, while Bolem sneaks up behind Jupiter, tries to stab her, but she shoots him in the leg. She's got guts.
And
she's from Chicago and Russia.
And guns. Also from Chicago and Russia.
Guts and guns, the big two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what's the big three of G's? Guts, Gungs, and Gangnam Style?
Yeah, and Gangnam Style.
Grandma just missed.
Not as important.
Yeah, just missed the bracket. Just missed the podium.
She Gangnam Style's out of there.
Yeah, so she shoots him in the leg. She runs away. The refinery is unstable. It's exploding. So Jupiter and Bolem, they're just like falling through floors, and then they're getting like sucked away because of the pressure differences, while Kane is being hung by the dragon velociraptor's tail. Good move.
Good move. Good noose.
Chekhov's noose.
Until
he finally
Stinger comes.
No, I don't even know what I think he just like stabbed the tail or something. And then he defeats the Velociraptor dragon. He did this little portal thing where the floor opened up beneath the dragon.
That was cool.
But then he closed the portal on its neck. So he was cool. Reversed hanging Chekhov style.
Yeah, you're right. But I like how Channing also gets his ass kicked all the time. He's not just really good. He gets punched a lot and then he comes back and fights. I like that.
He's the opposite of Statham and Vin Diesel.
Like
yeah, he is like a Rocky. And Captain Diomika, the Aegis and Stinger, they come flying into the Great Red Spot too to save everyone as everything's exploding. And Jupiter, she's just running through the refinery. She's like using portals and weapons. I was like, how does she know?
She learned.
It's been like 48 hours. You've been the queen. Like, you're using portals and guns, and how do you know where to go in this refinery? But Bolem finally stops her and starts just beating her with a pipe, like relentlessly. Cool. I was like, oh, she's really getting hit by it with a pipe. Until she puts her finger in his little gunshot hole that she shot him in earlier. And he's like, oh! And then she starts beating him with a pipe until he falls to his death.
So it seems.
Yeah. Jupiter falls too, but Kane scoops her up just in time in slow motion.
Rocket style, yeah.
And they make it just in time through the portal with the Aegis.
Cool. You have to. Wouldn't it be like, imagine an action movie where they save him and then they're like walking out and then like 4 minutes later everything blows up. You know, that would just be like that'd be satire. You have to do it this way.
You have to have it blow up, or you have to just make the portal or just defuse the bomb in time.
It's cliche, but it's reasons why it's built in that storytelling structure like that.
Not the realistic 2 hours and 10 minutes later the refinery exploded.
Yeah, as they're flying away, they're like, wow, we had a lot of time, actually.
Also, here's something, just thinking space-wise, now that we're talking about refineries on Jupiter. Jupiter's a gas planet. There's no foundation for them to build on that.
Maybe,
is there?
No, I think you're right. I don't think you can land on
You
Jupiter.
can't land on
It
it.
would have to
It's
be one
just
of its moons.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
possible. Anyway, Jupiter's family is returned home to Chicago with no memory of their disappearance, while Jupiter secretly retains ownership of the Earth. And she has a new outlook on life. She's a good worker. She gets up early, she
Is it your
makes
boyfriend?
coffee, yeah, and she's got a boy toy and a fucking telescope. Her family buys her the telescope she wanted.
That's cool.
And her boy toy, Kane, receives his pair of wings that were earlier removed from his body.
He's an angel again.
I thought they kind of looked dumb on him.
As opposed to his bulldog ears and shit.
He kept most of those, remember?
He's kind of doofusy.
So he's a flying dog human now? Like
He didn't even need to fly. He
he
had
didn't.
his boots.
But he starts to fly off, and you're like, "What's Jupiter gonna do?" Don't worry, she's got gravity surfing boots as well.
She's
They're
gonna skate off with him.
they're kissing on the rooftop of the Willis Tower, and then they fly off into the sunset, and then that's the end. But during the credits, it's
Oh,
revealed that
distance.
all the planets that make up the universe form endless double helix DNA strands.
Oh, that's cool detail.
And that's the end of Jupiter ascending. What a Wovie.
Hell yeah.
We love a good Wovie. That dime has been stuck to your cheek for a long time.
I probably need a shower.
That's why.
I'm joking.
So should we get into some words?
Why words?
It's women's quotes rating.
Oh,
systems.
women's
Yeah.
quotes. What quers then?
Well, quarters, you're right. Because we still need quarters because it's Pride Month.
I had a quote jumping there, and then I didn't take it, and then now I'm protesting. I forgot what it was.
That's fine.
You
I've
probably
got.
had it. It was kind of a quippy movie.
It was a little quippy. I've got 11 quotes.
Hit me with a quote, Brandon.
Towards the beginning, when the keepers come in with Catherine, right before Catherine and Jupiter see him, Catherine's like getting ready to find a dress to get proposed to. Oh my god, I just feel like Cinderella. I think I'm gonna throw up. And Jupiter just goes, I don't remember Cinderella really puking.
Yeah.
Kind of just remember her dancing with mice.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Callie loves when there are mice in books because they're never
Huh.
the main character. It's just like a little mouse in the corner, and I'll see it and I'll point out. I'll go, "What's that mouse doing?" She loves it.
You should read her the red the Redwall books.
Red Notice, yeah.
You should watch Red Notice.
Next,
Redwall, the main character, is a little mouse guy.
oh, interesting. I
Little
should read her
fancy
of
mouse.
Mice and Men.
No, she wouldn't like that.
Next, Jupiter and Stinger talk, and Stinger goes, Your Majesty has no idea of the scientific miracles that human beings are capable of. And she goes, Well, why won't those human beings share things like this? And he goes, Sharing's never been one of the strong suits of your species.
Good commentary.
Titus and Kalik at the beginning of the movie, when they go on that first planet that's been harvested, Titus goes, Have you ever even seen a harvest? And she goes, Oh no, never. But I've heard they feel no pain. It's all quite humane from what I've been told.
Yeah, and then he's like, it's still kind of crazy though.
It's wild that we do
die.
this. Which then I don't know if it is, because then you see them just being with needles in their necks.
Didn't seem nice.
Yeah. Next. This is right after that, actually. Belem is talking with Titus. They're going at each other.
Brother
It's
brother.
Titus goes, I must say, you're looking a little worse for your wear. Could it be success that does not agree with you? And Belem just goes, and you don't look so well. Could it... Oh, and you look so well. Could it be that failure agrees with you?
That's good.
God is that.
Yeah.
Could it be that failure
God is ass.
agrees with you? When Jupiter asks her cousin for money for the telescope, the cousin just goes, Jupiter, you're a smart woman. Probably why you never married. Men don't like smart women.
burn and didn't give her the money.
Um, fucking this is Stinger, and it's when she controls the bees, and I was like, goddamn beekeeper shit. It's not what you do, it's what you are. And the
Yeah.
bees, they sense it. Bees aren't
Right
like
away.
humans. They don't question or doubt. Bees don't lie.
You're right. That is a pretty stupid line.
Bees don't lie.
Please don't lie. They didn't need that bit.
Um, I this quote is just stupid. It's when Khalik comes out of the youth serum.
The bath.
Yeah, and I took it out of context because it's funnier this way. She just goes, "Feel my skin."
I remember that. And then yeah, Mila, who's like disgusted by her, feels it. And she's like, "Oh wow,
Oh wow, that's soft. Oh my
it's
goodness.
actually very soft."
But yeah, just feel my skin. It was like, ugh. Um, this it's probably Khalik talking with her, but maybe Titus, maybe Belem. He goes, in your world, people are used to fighting for resources like oil, minerals, or lands. But when you have access to the vastness of space, you realize there's only one resource worth fighting for, even killing for: more time. Time is the single most precious commodity in the universe,
Hmm.
which is actually a good quote. And maybe a foreshadowing
A prescient quote. Yeah, maybe. Chekhov's quote
for future episodes
for our own lives.
and for our own lives. Um, this is Titus talking to Jupiter. She just goes, "How can one own the Earth?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just a planet, Jupiter. In my world, people own things much more valuable than planets." I was like, "Damn."
like a like a little dog,
Like
expensive
a
little dog,
Yeah, or like a Bugatti or something.
or like a Pyrenees mountain dog. Bernese
Yeah,
mountain dog.
A Pyrenees mountain dog. Those are, yeah.
Nice fur. Yeah.
Penul
Sharpei.
Penultimate quote. They are getting ready to go to Earth or something. Kane brings in some pills to Jupiter, and he just goes, "You might want to take these. Portaling can be really rough on the royal's bowels." And she goes, "Oh, well, my bowels aren't anything but royal. You know what I mean?"
Gross. Good gross flirting.
Yeah. Um, and then the last one, right around that same time, she's trying to flirt with him, and he just goes, "You're a royal now, and I'm a splice. You don't even know what that means. I have more in common with a dog than I
I
do
think this
you
is a quote
now."
that I
And
had.
she goes, "Well, I love dogs.
That
I've
was my
always
quote.
loved dogs."
That was my quote. Yeah. That was my quote. You're right.
She wants to
I'll
fuck a
fuck you.
dog so bad.
She did back in Chicago.
Yep. So that's gonna end our Wakwers. No, just our Wakwas. It's
Wakandas.
our Wakwandas. It's ratings time.
Ooh,
Thermometer. What are you giving this film? Or not you. What is thermometer?
that's the critics.
That is the critics.
57.
Oh, they gave it a
Fuck
28%.
them. Fuck those dirty bastards.
But what about the people?
57.
They gave it a 38.
Fuck those dirty bastards.
Seth's gonna win.
Wow.
What about Metascore? Critics out of 100.
27.
That's a 40.
Fucking
Seth
good on
wins.
them.
And then an audience score out of 10.
4.2.
Fuck, Seth wins. It's a 5.3.
No. Seth swept me
So
there.
Seth swept you. So critics gave it a 28 and a 40 for a 34. Users gave it a 38 and a 53 for a 45. And that 5.3 lands at the 77th worst film we've done on here.
Damn.
Films just worse were Scooby-Doo,
Okay, movie.
Little Nicky,
The worst shit ever.
the Point Break remake,
Good movie.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Bad movie.
8 Crazy Nights,
Terrible movie.
and the Cogman Transformers, The Last Night.
That's the best of the Transformers.
Then right below that is the shit. You got Morbius, Moonfall,
Bad.
Stealth,
Bad. Bad. The worst.
and then movies just better than this. Twilight.
Okay.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Evan Almighty, Earth
Pretty
Girls
bad.
Are Easy,
Pretty good.
Hotel for Dogs, and
Okay,
Jack
pretty good.
Frost.
Good movies.
Atlas just better than this too.
Atlas.
The one we just did. So,
Yeah.
with that, what are you giving Jupiter Ascending?
I'm gonna give Jupiter Ascending 8.1 on the lasagna
What
scale. I
the
love
fuck?
Jupiter Ascending. I thought a lot of it worked. Some stuff didn't work. But I think what the hell is everyone smoking? This is great. There's great action, cool alien shit. Not cheesy, not campy. Well done. 8.1.
Now, I'm not as high as you, but I'm not as low as everybody else is. It's not, I mean, it's a big budget on a film. It didn't grab me by any means. I think it can be a little forgettable. I'm going to give it a 6.1.
6.1, 8.1 for an average beep 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 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Our highest rated movie ever.
6.1. I mean, it was definitely quippy, which made it a funner watch. But then some of the concepts were just a little out there. I was like,
I like those.
human beings and splicing, and I get that it's sci-fi, but it felt like because they were trying to make this a franchise, it felt like this could have been broken into several. This could have been split into two
A
films
mini series.
or a miniseries. So that's gonna end that. Reviews. I've got three critics.
Big Rock.
No, he was dead. Mark Kermode the Frog here
Kermode the Frog here.
at BBC Radio. He says Jupiter Ascending is a lot of things: bonkers, all over the place, incoherent, preposterous, ridiculous dialogue that George Lucas would have thrown in the bin, spectacularly overwrite performances. I'm not going to say it's good, but I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it.
Don't lie, Mark.
And he's not.
He's not.
Gavia Baker Whitelaw
Crazy name.
at the Daily Dot says it's catnip for a certain subset of geeky, self-aware young women. It is dumb and weird
That's me.
and beautiful, and it wants you to be happy.
That's a bad review.
Are you happy?
No.
And then last one is by Kofi Outlaw at Screen Rant.
Good name.
He says Redmayne's performance is so over the top with his effeminate mannerisms and Bane style whisper voice that Jupiter Ascending devolves into an absurd comedy whenever he's on screen. He may go home with an Oscar and a Razzie on the same night.
Disagree.
I didn't like it. I thought it was wild.
He's what made it compelling.
And then lastly, users. A short songbird?
Wow. Rare.
She says Jupiter Ascending is not a complete disaster, but it is one of the biggest wastes of potential personally seen in recent memory. There's some very interesting ideas here, and there is some ambitious scope. So Jupiter Ascending had real potential to be great, but these ideas are practically lost in space. 5 out of 10.
She chuckled when she wrote that one.
She did. A pretty good review, though.
I wouldn't disagree with a lot of it.
Next is returner Leofwine Draka.
This guy sucks.
He says, Jupiter Ascending sees the Wachowski siblings continuing their descent into cinematic irrelevance following Speed Racer and Cloud Atlas.
Rude.
The latter of those wasn't too awful, just bland, while Speed Racer was astonishingly bad. Jupiter Ascending falls somewhere between those two definitions. It's a sprawling would-be sci-fi epic, chock full of trite dialogue and cliched characters who seem to think they're in Star Wars or something. 3 out of 10.
Oh, like a sci-fi movie like this is? You dumbass. Expecting a cop drama out of fucking Jupiter Ascending.
They were hoping for How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Ridiculous.
They ended up with the House of Abrasics. It's crazy. Next is another returner, Cosmasp.
Ah, the worst of us.
He says, Girl, I love puppies too. And I'm not only writing this because Mila Kunis might read this and then fall in love with me. Although
What
anything
a
is possible,
freak.
right? No? Okay, I mean it. Also, I did like the quirky banner that can be described as awkward and not fitting for a blockbuster movie. That's the good, you could say, and add the visual effects to it, which can and fit entirely the blockbuster thread. But there's also the bad, which is a pseudo philosophical world. And still, through all this, this was kind of a fun ride. 6 out of 10.
What a freak way to open this. Marry me, Mila. He's the
Uh,
worst.
I like puppies. Maybe.
We should shoot him into the bottom of the ocean.
we, hey, we both kind of like that song "Breakfast at Tiffany's." We should be together.
Fucking maniac.
We both like dogs. Yeah, of course.
Disregard.
Pretty much anybody likes
Taskmasters.
dogs.
Disregard.
Idiot. Next is by returner No God, No Masters.
Ah, returner.
They say the film fell flat in entertainment as our main character was never developed beyond her DNA and occupation. The plot was laborious and making points interfering with the flow of the film. It could have been better scripted, directed, and edited. No F bombs or sex, but partial butt nudity. 6 out of 10.
Is that a plus or a minus?
I don't know.
Partial butt nudity. That's funny.
Next, penultimate is by a newcomer, Fruckuk.
Oh, this guy's been here before.
Fruckuk says, Jupiter ascending, more like Dune descending. If Dune sits at the zenith, then this film sits at the nadir. It feels remarkably similar to the former, the essential scarce resource, the unassuming messiah, but all the inventiveness and emotional power of the former film has been lost. And there's a horrible, pompous performance from Eddie Redmayne. What was he or the director thinking? 1 out of 10.
Incorrect. Just a bad review. We will not be having him back.
It Now that I read that, it does have some
It has some
very
Dune-y
much
stuff.
Dune corollaries, yeah.
It's political dynasties in space, yeah.
And my last one, um, newcomer, the D movie buff.
Oh, this guy's been here before.
He said, "Wait a second, while I pull this stick out of my asshole." Much better. Okay, is this movie really a 10? Maybe not, but it'll help balance out the others who forgot to pull their sticks out of their assholes. I'm not a Kunis fan at all, so I went into this with a negative attitude. However, I was pleasantly surprised. The cast was well chosen, acting was good, great effects, and a decent plot, good sci-fi and fantasy. Now don't forget to pull that stick out of your asshole before watching this underrated gem. 10 out of 10.
I think I wrote that. Yeah.
You wrote that.
I think that was me.
Oh, wow. So that's going to end it this week. Are you recommending Jupiter Ascending?
Fuck yeah. This is better than John Carter.
Whoa.
Our bar.
Our bar, the
Our
bar
John
exam.
Carter.
Yeah. I think I will also recommend, but nowhere near the strong recommend like you are. I think John Carter is better.
I don't.
I liked John Carter more.
I didn't.
But that's going to end our third installment of the Space Sluts. And next week we've got our masterpiece. We're doing a new masterpiece.
Rival. Oh.
Yes, we're doing a rival.
Yeah.
We were trying to decide between Interstellar and Arrival. Honestly, I think both of them are near perfect, but
Yeah.
I've got a big week coming with travels across the country and things, so
Yeah.
I figured let's make it a little easier since it's an hour shorter and a little less scripting work to do. So,
Denis.
and I always say watch the films before you listen to these if you can, but like really watch Arrival, guys. Like, please.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, personally.
It's up there. So, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that ass.
Pull that stick out of your asshole.
Ask out that girl in your chemistry class.
Oh, wow. Becky?
Ask her out.
Ask out Becky, and we'll see you next week.
Scaradouche. Scaradouche. Can you do the Fandango?
Can you?
Yes.
Good. Good work.
We're back at it again on Sunday, potentially.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm gonna maybe try and watch Arrival tonight, potentially. So, what the fuck? And then potentially Monday or Tuesday, if you're open for part two, or if Devin or Seth want to join. Um, since I'll be an
Yeah.
hour since I'll be an hour ahead of you, I might be able to once we're done with our
Get it done way later.
activities. Um, no,
Get done later.
no, probably the same time for you, but later for me, same
Get it
time
done
for you,
later.
like we did when you were in Missouri.
Frick yeah.
Frick yeah. So we'll see if either of them want to join and see when works best. So
All right, Coolio. Hit the
frick
split.
yeah, pimp man.
Cooler than a fresh dry Skippy.
You're too hot. Hot milk.
Hot milk.
All right,
Flammingo.
later.